Hello, and welcome to the morning show. I'm Josh Hillstrong. Get out your coffee. I sure have. Because we have a fantabulous show in store for you. Today, coming all the way from 14th century England, we have Oswald. Now, Oswald, it's great to have you here on the show today. So tell me, how are you on this lovely morning?
I'm doing alright. Travels have been better. The wormhole was pretty terrible. But then again, so is 14th century life with horses and walking.
I can only imagine. Nowadays, we have planes, trains, and automobiles. Now tell us a bit about yourself. What exactly do you do, and who do you work with?
Well, you see, I'm the manager of an estate back in England. I oversee the operations that are going on the estate, such as farming and the people who stay overnight there, and I just make sure that my master's life is pretty pain-free. I used to be a carpenter, but I was promoted by my master. He's really a nice guy. I would do anything for him.
That's awesome. What exactly is it that you do on the estate?
I feel like you did just ask this, but
Sir, I didn't ask this.
Well, I'm in charge of the protection and the maintenance of the pastures, fields, and woods belonging to the Lord. I also manage the people below me, such as the farmers and the carpenters.
Now, Oswald, can you please describe your journey to Canterbury?
Yeah, I'd love to. I had one of the slowest horses, so I was riding behind most of the guys. We spent a lot of time telling stories, and I was introduced to a lot of different people that, I've just never met before and never seen the world through their eyes, and it was really interesting. During the trip, we all kind of got in our own groups, and we stood up for our own kind.
Can you elaborate on that, please? How
Um,
exactly do people stick up for each other?
well, it's a good question. There's this one story that sticks out in particular. The miller was telling a story, and it was just ripping on the carpenters, and I took offense to this, having formerly been a carpenter, as I mentioned earlier. So, in order to get back at this, I told a story about the miller, in which the miller actually looked like a fool. And it's a story about two students who get stolen from by the miller, and they go to the miller and try and outplay him at his own game. And they end up having sexual relations with the miller's wife and daughter. And they wake up in the morning, and they run away with wheat and cake, and they outdo the miller at his own game. So that was my little way of sticking up for the carpenters.
I see. It looks like nothing has changed over the past 7 centuries. People are still competing and deceiving today. Now, what exactly do you do before this journey?
I'm going to be honest with you. Working on the estate, I was a little deceitful myself. But I'm a very powerful figure there. People are afraid of me. I'm rich, and I'm powerful, and that's what matters to me. I've been successful during my time on this estate. I've been there for a long time with the Lord. I've stolen. I've stolen from. Keep that between us, please. The Lord doesn't know about this. But basically, I steal, and I become rich and powerful on the estate.
Well, it sounds like you belong on Wall Street, sir.
Wall Street.
How do you rationalize this kind of behavior?
Well, you see, I give the Lord gifts, and I'm really nice to Him. I see this as me being good at what I do. The knights are good at killing, the kings are good at leading, and I'm good at stealing. And, we all have our own trades, and I seem to be the master of mine.
Ladies and gentlemen, we'll be right back after this important message from our sponsor. And welcome back to the show, where these questions are Hillstrong to take you on. Today we have on Oswald the Reeve from the 14th century, talking to us about his trip to Canterbury and his job on the estate. It's been a blast talking to you. Do you have any last thoughts or comments you'd like to add?
Yeah, I do. Money and power are what matter in this world. Status is everything, and you have to do what you can to attain this status. Do what you need to, deceive who you need to, and in the end, it's all about you. Because, like I said, that's what matters. You can always form new relationships. People forgive and forget. And, do whatever you can to achieve that status. That's what I've worked for my whole life. Started as a carpenter, and now I'm an estate manager, and I have the riches and the status that I've always been hungry for. And on another note, here's your wallet. I stole it earlier. This money is worthless in the 14th century, so sorry about that. And I decided coming here, I ought to have a present for you, a gift of some sort.
Oh,
It's a relic.
that's very generous of you.
It's from the estate, my lord. It's a necklace, a very fine turquoise necklace.
Oh, thank you.
Yes, you're very welcome.
All right, that's all for today, folks. Thank you for those profound words, Mr. Oswald.
It's been
a
blast.
pleasure.
Been a blast.
Pleasure. Thank you for tuning in to this week's episode of The Morning Show. I'm Josh Hillstrong.